Hey guys, this is Odd One Gaming. This is going to be another Infinite Magicraid video. So in today's video, I wanted to showcase a little bit my first one key level 4 of the guild boss. You know, this is something really important that you need to focus in the game, in my opinion, for the sake of the free rewards, to say so. So normally you have like 2 guild boss stamina, or like, I guess let's call it stamina because that's how it is. But you have normally 2 staminas to use for the sake of the guild boss. If you do acquire the weekly card, which this is one of the things that I'm actually buying. Like, I'm buying the weekly card and the battle order, so I guess I'm a low spender in this game. So if you do acquire that, you get 1 extra one for the sake of the guild boss daily. And by doing that, you have the opportunity to get 3 stamina uses. So what does that mean? That means if you use 2 only, and if you can only 2 key the level 4 one, then that's it. That's all the rewards that you get, and these are the rewards that you can get. So normally if you go into the guild boss, select the little chest over here, and it shows you, let me move myself, I guess somewhere here. It shows you all the resources you can get by exceeding certain amounts of damage. So normally if you 2 key it, that means you do somewhere between 1 million to 99 million, so not close that 100. After you hit that, this is the, you know, the brackets. Obviously I had to move myself here and there, but if you only do this, that means use the 2 stamina and that's about it. However, if you get to the point where you can use 1 stamina for the sake of the guild boss, that gives you the opportunity to use the second one on the lower stages. So for example, like I said, I am able to 1 key one, I'm gonna keep calling it 1 key because it's weird to 1 stamina. So let's call it 1 key or 1 attempt. But I'm able to beat this one in 1 attempt. And it's kind of worth it, especially from guild bar level 4, because as you can see, the rewards keep going up. But from the level 4 of the guild boss, you actually get the chance to get supreme runes, and you get the chance to get advanced skill scroll. Obviously, these are one of the most important things that you can get, at least up until this point. Then when we go to the higher ones, for example, the level 5 gives you higher chances to get those things, and then from level 6, you actually get the chance to get an epic Phantom Dragon Eye. This is going to be huge as well once you get to that point, because if you have 10 epic Phantom Dragon Eyes, those are the equivalent of 1 legend Phantom Dragon Eye. And that's the way that I would suggest for you guys to do it, because that's what I'm doing. You get so many epics in this game that it's not really worth it to use these ones on epics, because you're eventually going to get those copies. Unless, maybe you're in the first 2 weeks and you're desperate to, okay, I want that extra, I want that extra exclusive for the sake of Whim or for the sake of Liz or any one of those good epics that's going to help you progress. Then yeah, in the first 2 weeks, maybe in the first month you use these. After that you save all of them. So the rewards themselves are pretty crazy. So at the moment, where my guild's not quite there to open the level 5 one, but I'm thinking maybe in the next month I will be able to do that. And by doing that, I'm gonna get to level 5. And that means, or like that's what I'm hoping is, once level 5 is open, I'm hoping that I can 2 key, because it requires 200 million, unless I get some crazy progress till then. But if not, if this was open now, I would hope that I could 2 key this one and then do the 1 key on level 4. So let me just straight up show you the team that I'm using and, the presets and all that. So currently I'm using an exclusive 2 A5 Catherine. I'm using an exclusive 1 LVL, an exclusive 1 Melia, an exclusive 1 Hezonja, and the exclusive 3 Luca Cath. So this is the team that's, it kind of encompasses all the good stuff that you want for the sake of the guild boss. Maybe, there's some improvements that can be done with some auras and some other stuff. But at the end of the day, I have Feebleness 2 from Catherine. I have the increased attack and the lower version of the decreased defense from LVL. I have the HP burns and the HP burn explosions covered by Melia and Hezonja, and then I have the bleeds and massive raw damage from Luca Cath. So this is something that I kept having to improve with auras, with emblems, with gear. So you know what? Let's straight up run it and see how it goes. Normally this one always goes, and it's a 1 key, or it's like I do the top damage in 1 attempt on full auto. If I would not be able to do it on full auto, and I was doing on auto maybe like 97, 98 million, honestly, I would manual it because I just need to manual this, once a day for a minute or two in order to get the best possible outcome. It's definitely worth it because otherwise you lose a key on the lower ones. I'll give an example. I do level 4, level 3, level 1 with 1 key, and for today I got 3 excellent runes. I got 1 from each one of those ones, which is huge. You know, imagine if you get that every day, or if not, like maybe every other day. Let's say you get an average of 3, that would be 21 a day. Let's say we cut it in half, a week. Let's say we cut that in half and you get every other day 1 on each. That's still 10 excellent runes that you would get every single week, which is pretty massive. Like, we have excellent runes that can be used or should be used once every 2 weeks, or maybe there's, you know, they're implementing some more stuff where you could use it, but getting so many, that's insane, because that means that per month you're guaranteed at least 40 to 50 minimum extra runes just from the guild boss. So we're not even talking about the quest, the other, you know, the dailies, the advanced quests, anything else. No, you're guaranteed to get that just from here. Plus, you also get the chance to get the epic skill scrolls as well, which again can be huge. And like I explained with the Phantom Dragon Eye, it's the same thing with those scrolls. You can use them, the epic ones, you can use them as advanced ones. And that can be huge, especially, you know, if you get a ton of good legend heroes, but you don't have the skill scrolls to use on them, that's kind of a shame, because you're like, oh, I really want to use them and use them at their max potential. So that's something really, really good to get from this one. I feel like maybe this is the best thing in the game for the sake of rewards. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. What do you think is the best, you know, area of the game that gives you the best rewards, to say so? It's like, you know, I would say this one, and then maybe after that it would be the Tower of Mark or Faction Wars, because those ones give you guaranteed good value for the sake of what you're doing. When it comes to like the dungeons, it's like, you know, you're not guaranteed to get something good. And look at this. This is actually my best damage, 109 million. Actually killed the guild boss on level 4. The reason for that is the fact that I am currently in a high arena tier. Keep that in mind, that whenever you're trying to progress any area of the game, or like, you know, for example, if you want to do guild boss, make sure you're in the highest tier possible before you do your keys, because that's going to boost your stats. If you look here at the tier attributes, because I'm in Diamond 3, I get 12% attack, 12% defense, 12% HP. Sorry, 24% extra HP. This one's especially massive for the sake of the HP burners. Like, if you have a Melia, if you have Hezonja, if you have Sigmund, like any HP burner, having extra HP increases the damage as well. So that was the damage that I did. Now let's have a quick look at the build. So currently these are, I'm just going to quickly show you the stats that I have on my people, not go like too crazy into the detail, but I have like 32,000 attack. I have 99.5%. You want to have 100%, but this is good enough. Crit rate, I have good crit damage, and I didn't really focus on effect hit on her because of her exclusive 3. Most of her bleeds come from this one. So her bleeds, every time she crits at exclusive 3, she has a chance to get that extra bleed to land. So you're guaranteed 2, but for each and every one of the bleeds that you land after that, you're guaranteed another bleed. So basically, every time you do the ultimate ability with her, you have 7 bleeds straight up placed on the guild boss, which is huge. Then for the sake of emblems, these are the emblems that I went for her. I'm just going to quickly show, I'm not going to explain or show everything. Just going to quickly go through each and every one so it's not too long of a video. These are the emblems. And then when it comes to the aura, for now, I chose to go with Victory Rush to basically increase my raw damage that she does, because I mostly have her build for the sake of doing raw damage. That extra bleed damage, it's helpful for the sake of bosses in general. So you know what, that's a bonus. Maybe later on I could choose and go for a different one, but I'm not sure I'm not sure there's one here that like is really helpful for me that I can actually use that would boost my damage for the sake of that. I'm using Luca Cath only right now for the sake of guild boss and arena. So maybe if I use it in other areas, then I would look at something different. Then Catherine, these are her stats. She's pretty fast with high HP. I didn't really focus on effect hit. If I landed good, if not, it is what it is. I mostly care about her to be fast, and I care about her counter attack. I want this one to be out as much as possible. When it comes to the emblems, these are the emblems that I built on her. Again, I went with the speed at the end because that's the thing that I cared mostly about. I want her to be as fast as possible, so she rotates through her abilities as often as she can. Also, so she can heal more because of the aura that I took on her, which is recovery horn. This is arguably the best one for the sake of Catherine, because every time she does an active skill, she heals everybody by a percentage of her max HP. So what does that mean? For example, after you have exclusive 3, she gets extra on the A2. That means you have a double heal. She does the A2, then the ultimate, and that's a heal. So this is massive on her. And at the same time, having high HP on her is also really good because her shields are based off her max HP. So this goes really well in the combination of her actual build. Then, oh yeah, let me show you quickly. So the equipment that I have her in like 2 sets of Fearless, because you know what? This is something that I feel helps her. Maybe I could transition this into going into wild sets or some other stuff, but at the end of the day, you're going to use the best stats that you have on each and every one. For now, the best stats for what I wanted, I could find in Fearless set, but I would prefer, and maybe the best idea for the sake of her, would be the wild set, the one that gives you 8% extra attack and 15% extra crit rate. So keep that in mind. Then the next one that I'm using in there is Slevel. Slevel is one of those ones she's so crazy, and all you need on her is crit damage, because second stage of this one guarantees a crit damage. This one puts control immunity on her because I have exclusive 1. That's on all the time, and she also gains an extra turn. Then this one increases her damage, but for sake of guild boss does not really help. And then this one deals massive damage, and this one has crit guaranteed always. So what does that mean? Like I mentioned, you only want crit damage on her, as much as you can get. The aura that I'm using on her, the same thing as Luca Cath, the Victory Rush for extra raw damage. Then for the sake of the emblems, these are the emblems that I went with for her. Obviously, same principle, more damage and a little bit on the support sheet for sake of her skills. Then when it comes to the builds, I have her in two sets of the crit damage. So maybe for the sake of her, it might be better to go into... Actually, I'm not sure if there's any other one that would be better, because this one gives you straight up 20 crit damage. The Slay set gives you some crit rate, but you don't really care about it on her, so I'm not sure if this would be better. Again, if you had better stats, that's what you would put on her. Other than that, I'm not sure if there's like any other one that would be better. I think straight up the crit damage one is the best one for the sake of Slevel. Then the next one is Hezonja. Well, Hezonja I have built in a endurance set, in an effect hit set, because obviously you want effect hit to land your HP burns, you want HP percent, you want mastery. Those are the things that you care about on Hezonja, and then you also want speed. The way you would want to build Hezonja maybe is a little bit slower than any other HP burner, because if you're going to use Hezonja in dungeons as well, you want Hezonja to go and explode those HP burns after your other HP burner went. Then let's have a look at the emblems. These are the emblems that I have on Hezonja. Just like I said, I'm trying to keep it for a quick, like a couple of seconds, so you guys can check it and copy them if you need them. And then for the sake of the aura, this is something that maybe I could improve, but I feel like for now, the Mastery Expert aura is the best one for her. So another thing that I could do, for example, is I could get on my Catherine, for the sake of using Guild Boss, I could go with Mastery Surge. So for the sake of Guild Boss, or maybe even for the sake of dungeons, depends how my team is built, Mastery Surge could also be better, because she's the one that does so many active skills, and every time she does that, she gives everybody in the team 1 layer of Mastery Surge, which increases their mastery. You know, look at this one. So 8%, they can go up to 18%. That can be a massive boost for any damage over time champions. May it be HP burn, bleeds, poisons, anything. So because I have HP burn and bleeds, Mastery Surge might actually be a good one to put on Catherine, but not on... I don't think I would put it on Hezonja. Hezonja, I would keep the Mastery Expert straight up, 20% extra mastery if he has over 50% HP, and you're gonna have more than 50% HP most of the time. Then the last one in the team is Melia, and I feel like Melia might be the one that I would replace at a certain point after I get Ben Austin, because I feel like with Ben Austin, I feel like the HP burns will be enough from Hezonja. I'll just maybe lock out the bully and just have Hezonja do the A1 and the AoE, because Ben Austin brings ally attack on the ultimate and also joint attack on the A1. But yeah, for the sake of Melia, she obviously brings a ton of damage. And you know what? One thing I'm debating actually building Melia with crit rate as well, because she has the highest, or like she's in the top of of the game when it comes to the base attack. So that could actually be interesting to have her do some attack damage, some raw damage, because I have the increased attack, the big version from LVL. That could be something that can improve my damage. So maybe I keep her and drop Hezonja for the sake of that team and bring something else in there. Who knows? That's something I'll have to experiment once the level 5 opens. But for level 4, I'm doing pretty good. So for the sake of equipment, I have again the same thing. So I have an accuracy set that gives me mastery and effect hit. And then I have an endurance set that gives me HP and mastery. So again, I chose these ones because I could combine the set, but it also gave me the stats that I wanted. If you have some, if you have a piece that gives you quad HP % with affected speed and mastery, you're gonna use that one. Doesn't matter if it's offset. As long as it gives you the stats that you want, that's what you will use. Then when it comes to the emblems, these are the emblems that I have on Melia. They're kind of similar to Hezonja, if not like copy-paste. Like I would have to double check, they might be copy-paste. I never actually looked at like, okay, do I have the same thing? But yeah, they do damage based off of the same thing in the current builds that I have them. And that's, their HP and mastery from the HP buns. But if I'm gonna change her build up, I might actually go crit damage if I would build her to do raw damage as well. Then when it comes to the aura, actually I used range hit aura. This is not the best one for the sake of the guild boss, because this one's not gonna go up to 18%. This one's helpful for dungeons or maybe for the sake of like arena, because you can get a total of 18%. I'm not sure how this one's calculated. I'm guessing this one's calculated like for if you have 4 enemies, you get that extra 18%. Because I'm trying to think how it's, mathematically correct. Or maybe if you have 5. So maybe let's say this one's, if you split this by 4, I get an extra 4% or an extra 3% effect hit. Maybe I change that, and maybe I would actually go on her with Hitmaster. This could be a change I could do. But for now, I'm trying to save my runes because, they're not that easy to acquire. So that's why I kept her with that one for now, and that's about it. But yeah, this is the team that I'm currently using for the sake of Guild Boss. I'm pretty happy with the outcome that I'm doing. I'm what, 2 months and a half in, something like that. It felt like a gradual growth. I'm 77 days in, so I'm pretty happy with my progress as a, low spender. I do get a little bit of content creator perks as well. I did have luck with the with the heroes that I got, but still, I just really wanted to show you guys this is the team that I'm using, and maybe it's gonna help you guys out there, because you might have the same heroes and you might want to get to the same point. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. If you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye guys.
Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.